Mm. Mm. Oh, okay. Hi y'all, I'm Saeng Douangdara and I'm a chef and cooking instructor based in Los Angeles who specializes in Lao food. One thing that comes up a lot in my cooking are the ingredients or foods that are often classified as quote unquote smelly. Now think of foods like unfiltered fish sauce, kimchi, or even blue cheese. Now as a self-proclaimed smelly good food connoisseur, I'm here to show you that these funky, oftentimes misunderstood ingredients are the key to really, really delicious foods.
That just works. It works.
Today I am a little nervous just because I'm working with an ingredient that is very foreign to me. We are going right down under. Is that what they call it? They say down under? Today's smelly good ingredient is very iconic, very legendary, but also, can I say controversial? Vegemite! I got 3 bottles. Did I need 3? No, I did not. It comes in these small 6-ounce jars and it's yellow, very bright yellow. Marketing is like sunshine, bright, positivity. Since I've never had Vegemite before, I've never tried it, I wanna kind of do a taste test. Ooh. This is what a black hole looks like in space. Immediately I can smell umami actually. I don't think it smells that bad. Like it's definitely a pungent, different smell that you may not be used to. It's like thicker molasses, like very thick molasses looking, almost like Nutella, but don't let it fool you. A lot of people said a little bit goes a long way, so I think just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my God. When you just put it on your tongue, there's just like this bright, bold flavor that just like slaps your tongue and you're just not ready for it. But eventually it melts into all your other taste buds. It's like an explosion of flavors that you are truly not ready for. That's a flavor. I did do a lot of research when it came to how people actually, oh my God, y'all, it's lingering. I did some research and I went to the expert, Hugh Jackman.
Vegemite.
And he was on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show and he showed the official way of how to eat Vegemite. So this is how you do it.
Yeast extract. I mean, it gets you salivating.
Thank you, Hugh Jackman. So you grab some toast and then some butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put about 1 tablespoon of butter on my toast. Then spread that butter. Hugh said, or Mr. Jackman said, you wanna use a small amount, a little bit goes a long way. So even maybe this is like half a teaspoon. And you just spread it on the toast. It's actually really beautiful. I already had Vegemite by itself. Let's see how it tastes with bread and butter. It's like this savory, umami, little pungent and creamy toast. It's like delicious. I'm gonna have a second bite.
That just works. It works.
Okay, that's the end of the episode. Every country, every place has their own unique ingredient that is very cherished and valued. And so I think what I've learned from this is that don't yuck someone's yum, but I want to yum everyone's yuck. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to do. Yum everyone's yuck. But a yuck is not the yum of a yuck of your yum. Anyways, I went back to my dessert brain. I was like, dessert brain, what do you want to eat today? And it whispered to me, Saeng, you should make ice cream. We are making a Vegemite Caramel, a honey toast extravaganza. If you've ever been to like Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, they make this epic honey toast. Like it's not just like 2 toast and some ice cream on top. It's this castle of toast with amazing ice cream on top with so many different toppings and drippings everywhere. So I wanted to replicate that and do something and give a nod to Vegemite and really show off Vegemite's delicious smell and flavor. Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so sorry. I almost forgot fashion, because that's like the most important part of this video. I was inspired by Australia, obviously, and I wanted to continue that theme. So I'm wearing this short sleeve button up, leopard, printy-ish kind of pattern, but there's actually literal like leopards on here. And I thought, you know, this is probably the scariest thing I can wear compared to like actually going to Australia and being scared of all the big scary animals over there. The first thing we have to make is the Vegemite Caramel. The ingredients that you'll need for Vegemite Caramel are the sugar, have a little bit of water next to you, then of course we're using Vegemite, heavy cream, and then lastly butter. So we're gonna be adding a whole heaping teaspoon of Vegemite. Just like this, heaping, okay? And then go ahead and put the Vegemite right in your bowl. Go ahead and grab a tablespoon of water, pour it right over the Vegemite. And then you're just gonna smush it down and mix it until everything is fully incorporated. It should turn into this really dark brown, muddy looking water. Well, we have our Vegemite ready. So let's go ahead and turn your stove on. Oh, not yet, just kidding. So the next thing you wanna do is add your sugar. And then you wanna shake the pan just a little bit to get an even layer of the sugar. And now what I like to do, this is 2 tablespoons of water and put it right in the middle of the sugar. You're not gonna do any mixing. Caramel is so easy to make, but also so easy to mess up. So let's turn this on medium heat. We're gonna let it cook for 8 minutes and to see if it turns golden brown. We have 8 minutes to chill, so it's story time. Some of these may be opinions and some of these may be facts, okay? But I also hope that you can do your own research. Back in like 1901, there was this older gentleman. He's like, oh, I'm gonna invent this thing and call it Marmite. And this is in England at the time. So Marmite is this yeast spread that has been becoming popular all over England, and then it's made its way into Australia and people loved it. They're like, oh my God, this really salty umami thing tastes so good. And then at that time during World War I, rations of the Marmite was limited to Australians, and pretty much they no longer could have any Marmite. And so then someone assigned the scientist in Australia and was like, hey we want you to create a food like Marmite. So the sugar is boiling and Galabao is humping my leg. This is my life. So the guy in Australia sees all this yeast at the bottom of the beer barrel and is like, I'm not gonna throw this away, I'm gonna use it. He adds some onions, celery, some more flavor, and boom, Vegemite is invented. And at the time, people were iffy about this other branded yeast spread. But eventually with rebranding and then reverse rebranding, they got to a place where it just spread all across Australia and now everyone loves Vegemite. 4 minutes in, so we're halfway there. At this point, 90% of the sugar has melted and is bubbling. One edge starting to brown, so I'm gonna actually scoop that into the middle, and I'm making sure not to touch the sides to get any sugar there because you don't want it to burn. If you burn sugar, what happens? It tastes bitter. We don't want a bitter caramel. So at this point, I'm at 2 minutes and 55 seconds left, and right now it looks like all the sugar has fully melted and it is like a nice tan color. And I'm gonna continue pushing the sugar in towards the middle, just lightly. no mixing. I have my hand next to the heavy cream to make sure I'm ready. So there's more liquid in caramel here because we want to be able to drizzle it over our ice cream. 10 seconds left. I'm just gonna pour it in because I'm happy with the color. So carefully pour your heavy cream in. And then also pour your Vegemite mixture in. And now slowly whisk until everything is well incorporated. So I turned off the heat and then I add my 3 tablespoons of butter, and then you want to get this to melt. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so once your butter is fully melted, we're gonna turn the heat back on, but put it on low, and we're gonna cook it off for 3 minutes, and this will help thicken up the caramel just a bit. Pour all the Vegemite caramel into the bowl. I know you're probably tempted to try it. It's very hot, so do not do that. What we're gonna do is let it sit at room temperature or put it in the fridge to cool. And once we get to the assembly of the ice cream, it should be ready. The next step is actually making the liquid that's gonna turn into the ice cream. All you need is 4 egg yolks, lots of sugar, a big pinch of salt, and then you'll also need heavy cream, whole milk, and 1 whole vanilla bean. Okay, so I have a spatula, so go ahead and add your 4 egg yolks. Scrape all the egg yolks out, and then add all of the sugar, and then also a big pinch of salt. And go ahead and whisk it together. And it should get clumpy, and it's gonna get stuck in your whisk, but that's fine. So now we're gonna work with the cream. Get a cutting board, and then your vanilla bean. I highly recommend that you use an actual vanilla bean. It makes a huge difference, makes your food taste so much better than the vanilla extract. What I like to do is cut your vanilla bean in half, and then again, you're gonna cut it half lengthwise. And I'm using a paring knife, it's much easier because the knife is small. And then inside, you'll see the delicious and somewhat dirt-looking vanilla bean. You're gonna gently scrape to the side. And you want all that black goodness out of there. That's where the flavor is at, y'all. Like there. This is actually a pretty good amount of vanilla. This is the good stuff. Okay, so now in a small bowl, go ahead and add your heavy cream and then your whole milk. And you wanna put both the vanilla pods in there and also the stuff we scraped from the inside. And then you want to whisk it all. Make sure that the vanilla bean, the insides is spread throughout the mixture. All right, and then you should see small specks just scattered throughout your liquid, and that's totally what you want. Let's head over to the stove, and we want to heat this up for a bit. Next step is turn your stove on medium heat. And you're just gonna let this get to a low simmer for 6 minutes. Let's talk about puns. Puns are very much related to the history of Vegemite. When Vegemite was created in the 1920s, it had its big competitor, Marmite, what I mentioned earlier. But at the time, they didn't wanna call it Vegemite. They wanted to call it something that, that would play off of Marmite. So the name they came up with was Par Will. The slogan was, if Mar might, Par will. Get it? Par will, that name, it did not stick and eventually got switched back to Vegemite. Thank goodness, y'all, because some puns just shouldn't, you know? So that's my punny story. We do not want to cook the milk mixture at all. Do not get it to a rolling boil or your ice cream is going to be scrambled eggs. So I see just really small pecks and bubbles, nothing. So it's about to simmer, so I'm actually going to turn it off. I'm happy with it, and then we're going to start tempering. So tempering is all about getting 2 liquids that are at opposing temperatures to the same temperature. Usually you want to put the hot liquid into the room temperature or the cooler liquid. So we're gonna slowly pour this into this bowl like a slow waterfall. So usually you can do this with 2 people, it'll be much easier. But since it's only me and Galabao has shaky paws, I'm just gonna do this myself. You're gonna spill a little bit. It's part of the cooking process. And the thing about adding the eggs here, you can actually see it makes a big difference, especially to how it looks, the color. You can see it's that custardy yellow, and more fat, more flavor. So I'm happy with the mixture. At this point, I'm gonna pour all this warm liquid back into the soup pot. I'm gonna bring this back on low and cook it for 3 minutes while I whisk. And this is kind of make sure that everything's fully cooked, you're not eating raw egg. And again, you do not want it to get it to boiling. I'm gonna grab my strainer. You're gonna pour all of this liquid into a strainer and into a bowl. If you did it correctly, you pour the strainer up, there should be no clumps besides the beans. And it looks like we did good. And now we have this smooth liquid that's gonna become our ice cream. And I went to get some saran wrap, and you wanna put this literally on top of the wet ice cream liquid layer so it doesn't create any of those like fatty layers on top. Okay, and I'm gonna put this in the freezer for about 1 hour or so until it cools off. All right, so it has chilled. I'm happy with it. And I think it's gonna do really well. In a really easy ice cream maker where you chill the container for 24 hours. And then I have the contraption here. And then let's go ahead and drizzle, or not drizzle, just put everything right in there. And you're gonna turn it on, and it's gonna take about 25 minutes until it gets that custard shape and consistency. That's it. Back when it was created, this was promoted as a health product, so they actually gave this to a lot of Australian soldiers for during World War II, and that kind of exploded into more people wanting to eat it and try it. And at the time, Kraft, the processed cheese company, was the one that also helped accelerate the marketing process of Vegemite. They had a deal where if you buy the cheese, you get a free bottle of Vegemite. And then that kind of snowballed into people wanting more and more Vegemite. So I'm seeing that it's starting to get clumpy, and that's what we want. Okay, so we're done. In this part, we kind of have to be a bit faster, just because my apartment is a little bit warm, so it melts faster. So grab whatever tub you're gonna use, bring in the Vegemite Caramel, and then you're gonna go ahead, look at this. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so now in a bowl, let's go ahead and start. You're gonna have 3 layers, so let's make the bottom layer first. And then you wanna drizzle your caramel. That should already come to room temperature. I like doing left, right, left, right. And then the second layer. And then another swirl. And then last layer right on top. I'm gonna quickly put the last layer on top. I'm happy with it, and let's put this into the freezer for 6 hours, or overnight would be perfect. Now we're gonna create the brown honey butter sauce. So all you gotta do is heat up your pan on high, and then add 4 tablespoons of butter and let it melt. I think I explained a little bit of how to brown butter in episode 1, but here is another review. So you wanna get all your butter melted, and then you just wanna carefully watch because you'll see small specks of brown starting to brown. And at that point, you might wanna turn your heat down a little bit lower. And then I have my honey right next to me that I'm gonna mix in with the brown butter. At this point, you're gonna see big bubbles being created, and you just wanna watch the butter carefully. You might see the edges brown first, so you can kind of scoop the edges towards the middle. Kind of the same concept as browning your sugar into caramel. Almost the same type of reaction. Here she is. She just loves being involved. Baba, look right there. So the butter is pretty much brown, and I'm gonna guesstimate 2 tablespoons of honey. Go ahead and mix this well. All right, so let's turn off our heat and then go ahead and pour it into the bowl. So let's prepare the bread. This is called shokupan bread, and it was made popular in Japan and then spread all across Asia. So for white bread in Asia, this is actually the preferred bread that we like to use. If you're able to get your hands on it, you're gonna notice an incredible difference. It is much more soft, pillowy. You can even sleep on this. Bread life. So let's go ahead and unwrap this like gift from the carb gods. Ooh. So for this honey toast, we usually like to cut about like half of my hand. So let's cut it right here. And so now we have this almost cube-like bread, okay? So what we wanna do is keep its structure intact, and you're gonna carve out a square inside. Go around the edges. You want that perfect square, y'all. Okay, so now that the top portion is carved, you're gonna turn this to the side, and then you're actually gonna, let me carve right down here. And that should cut through the rest of it, and hopefully your bread will pop out. Okay, let's see if it'll come out. Gently pull it out, help it out. And so you'll get these squares that will come out of the block. In general, honey toast is really popular across Asia, and you'll see a lot of different elaborate creations from this bread. Let's put it on our aluminum foil baking tray. Okay, y'all. So at this point, let's grab the brown butter honey, mix it up, and then you're just gonna sporadically spread it all over your bread. And now let's get your oven to 350 degrees, and we're just gonna put it in there for about 10 to 15 minutes until everything is well toasted. And here you go. Look at how beautiful this is. I have, the toast is done, ice cream is done. Now we can assemble everything, and I'm so ready. I haven't had lunch yet, but we're gonna have dessert first today. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the huge toast, put it on my plate, and now it's time to assemble however you like. So I like to put a lot of the squared toast into the hole. And just imagine this, the ice cream's just gonna melt on top of this toast. Oh my God. And then garnish around. So you kind of have to be fast with this just because the toast is warm, your ice cream's super cold. Just so you'll know, I have my caramel ready. Look at that. Luscious, rich, decadent. Ugh. Ooh, y'all. I'm so proud of this ice cream. Galabao is also proud. She just came over. Oh my gosh, just scooping this. Huge ice cream ball, just like this. And you place it right on top. Let's get another big ball. You want 2 big balls on your, okay. This would not be a Australian dessert Vegemite thing without one thing. Tim Tams. Tim Tams are undescribable. They're probably my favorite snack from Australia. And so let's go ahead and continue to garnish your dessert with more sugar. And then we have to break a Tim Tam. Ooh, put it right on the top. Of course, I have to add another element, which is the extra Vegemite caramel. So let's go ahead and drizzle that. Oh my God. Oh. Honestly, this is like what my childhood dreams are made of. Actually, what my adult dreams are made of. And that is how you make a Vegemite caramel ice cream toast. Oh my God. I love this so much. Hope it tastes as good as how it looks. In order to make this fair, I want equal parts of everything. So I'm gonna grab a toast on the bottom. I'm gonna show you all as I dig into this ice cream. Oh my gosh. Oh, ice cream fell. That's okay. And I want half the Tim Tam. And I'm gonna go to the bottom to grab some toast there and then try it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is incredible. I never imagined that Vegemite could do this to ice cream, but you get these tones of like umami, slight umami, not too much. Slight umami, little pungentness, but it just brings out all those bright flavors of vanilla ice cream. It's giving me goosebumps. I would highly recommend making this for your kids. They will love this. Don't tell them there's Vegemite in there. Let them eat it first. This is truly a masterpiece, y'all. I think this is art. This is art. This is art. Does it qualify for art? It was a joy to make this. I loved that I could kind of bring my elements of how I see Asian desserts and put a twist to it. And I am truly happy with this dessert, and I'm sad that I can't share with you all. For you all, if you enjoy Smelly Good episodes, you have an idea on certain ingredients that you think would qualify under Smelly Good, let me know those Smelly Good ingredients, and maybe the next episode will be about that ingredient. Honestly, these two things make me so happy. Desserts, Vegemite, and galabao. All right, see y'all. I'm gonna go eat.